preacher from the Black Lagoon, I'm coming soon, ayy. And I'm on point just like harpoons need my doubloons, ayy. I go to war with my platoon, pop your balloon, ayy.
Moski been a problem, you know Moski bout them dollars. All you bitches do is gobble. Check the price tag on my starter, bitch. I'm skirting off the throttle. All my bitches look like models, and you know we popping bottles. Yeah, hey.
What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Oskino5 back with another topic. I'm gonna get to an album review soon, but I wanted to get this off my chest. The term, I guess, for what's going on. America needs a reset button. If y'all didn't see my last video, I've been talking about how America needs a reset button. Now I'm trying to figure out where should we start, and where should I start with? Well, what else? Ourselves. The thing is, I've always thought the community as a whole is built on broken things, you know, and just how the way we treat each other from man to woman, woman to man, or whatever sexual orientation that you kind of like relate to. I feel like we all attribute to something toxic to the community that we need fixing. So if you ever ask me, because everybody likes to blame who's the fault of this in the black community, or why is the black community like this and all that stuff. If you ever ask me specifically whose fault it is, I say everybody. Everybody has a hand in what's fucking up to the community. Not just everybody. That's including the men. That's including the women. That's including maybe people outside that always say they're allies but never do nothing for the black community. Everybody. The first thing I feel like we all need to do, and it's kind of like coming off of the woman getting thrown in the dumpster, because this is what I was talking about, America needs a reset. But one thing I did notice is that no one really has sympathy for the young men. And yes, they're teenagers, they're wilding and all that other stuff. So, but at the same time, has anybody ever talked to them? I used to say this all the time. There used to be OGs where, you know, when we had family structures and all that other stuff, if I'd have done that shit to any of my sisters, or the way I'd have treated, my parents would have been on my ass. I come from a two-family household. So for one thing, I've always said fathers are needed in I come from a two-family household. My father raised me to be a well-respected gentleman and all that stuff, and my mom did too. Like if I'd have done any of that stuff out in the street, they'd have had my ass. So to me, you're not gonna tell me fathers are not necessary. I don't care if the women do make more money and all that stuff. I still think fathers are necessary in the household. You're never gonna not convince me that fathers are necessary. I understand there are single mothers that are out there that's doing the do. But I guarantee you, I know they would like it if, you know, their father would come around and make it easier. You know, black family, I always say the black family is one of the keys that they try to bring up. Ever since slavery, white supremacy has always tried to separate black family. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, it's kind of hot in here. And not only that, emasculate. Now, do black women have their own troubles they're going through? Yes. They have to fight the patriarchy, and they have to fight toxic masculinity and all that other stuff. And they, you know, they also have to fight, you know, white supremacy. But with that saying, black men, we have our own fucking battles too. And sometimes it's within the community. Let's be real. We're having battles with each other where we shouldn't be having battles. We should be on the same fucking page. But yet, shit like this, you know, has been going to battles. Shit like this is what having us distracted from what the real problem is. I've said this before. If a gender war erupts, white supremacy wins. I feel like what they're trying to do is trying to make, even though this is really happening, and like stuff is really going on, and I've listened to black women. I understand you don't feel safe. I don't either. Black women, you interact with more bullshit than probably I have ever done in my life. Let's be real. There are some fucking creeps out there, and I want to get rid of them. I really do. But at the same time, let's be real. It all goes vice versa. I know there's a lot of women that prey on young men because young men are more, you know, when young men have more testosterone, that makes it good for. Let's be real. There are women out there that come after young future athletes and they're like 10 years older than them and they're trying to fuck with some little 18, 19, 20-year-old and all that other stuff and they only really want them because of sex or what they can acquire out of them. I've seen it before. Let's be real. Can we be real about that? It's like there are creeps from both genders. Or two of the fucking 57, or however y'all want to describe fucking genders and shit. But yes, there are creeps in everywhere. All right, black men, we're no fucking angels. But yes, black women, I can tell you right now, there's some bullshit y'all done. Now, thank God for. Look, I know y'all might not like him and all that other stuff, but thank God for people like Tommy Sotomayor. You may not like him, but he does give as far as much as you may not like him. He calls it down the line. Yes, he gets on black women a lot, but at the same time, I can say the same thing about these black women YouTubers that get on men a lot, where I feel like women should be taking the L, and yet we gotta fucking take the L, because y'all don't wanna. One thing the first thing we gonna do with these reset buttons, we're gonna have to reset ourselves. I feel like men need to, do I think men need to be in some of these kids' lives? Hell yeah. I feel like there should be positive role models. And the one thing, black women, and I love y'all, I understand when y'all say men ain't shit, y'all not speaking to all men. But again, generalizations do not work. Some of you ladies, y'all have little boys growing up that will be men. Are y'all teaching them not to have this behavior? Because let's be real, it all starts at home. Now, if the fathers are not there, I'm sorry, but at the same time, y'all know y'all have to step up and raise these kids too. Are y'all teaching these young boys how to treat a woman? And if so, is that really relevant to what's going on? Because I'll be honest, my grandmama, she gave me a couple pointers on how to treat women. But if I use some of that stuff some of these women don't like that. Some of these women just think you're just there for the sex. Some of these women just don't trust men at all. And how am I supposed to walk around these broken people? And that's another thing about these. We gotta realize we gotta fix some of these people that are broken. Now, some of them are broken beyond repair, but at the same time, I feel like therapy could at least help. We need some therapists in the hood. We need some therapists in the black community that can help people with broken character with themselves. Because a lot of people, y'all may think you're perfect, but inside you probably just as toxic as the person you was with. Like, there's no reason, I say this all the time, there's no reason a guy like Future should still be fucking bitches when there's people like Russell Wilson that's willing to love you. And black women, I tell you this all the time, if y'all talk about the men ain't shit, but y'all always say, oh, I have extraordinary men that, you know, treated me like a queen or a princess and all that other stuff, why don't you put them out in the forefront? Why don't I see, like, this starts with both men and women. We need to put, the one thing I want really done is put some of these good men out there in the forefront. These good men that, you know, treat black women like queens, but yet at the same time, give them time to grow. All right? Give them, how can I say this? Like, the black man that appreciates you, but at the same time will tell you when you fuck up. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not perfect all the time. If a black woman tells me I'm fucking up somewhere, I'm listening. All right? I'm listening. Now, there may things do I need to, do I sometimes have to change my game? Yes, I do. We're always evolving and all that other stuff. But we need to start listening to one another. All right? I don't want to bash black women. And yet, but at the same time, I'm not pandering to y'all either. Like I said, I'm like this with everybody. If you do good, you get praise. If you do bad, you get dragged. That's the nature of the world. And I've always lived by that. So if I do something good, I deserve to get praise for it. If I do something bad, then I'm going to get dragged for it. And that's another problem. Some of y'all are trying to tell men how to act and all that other stuff, but yet y'all don't reward these men. It's like, y'all ever like think about this? The men that does what they're supposed to do y'all ever reward them? I'm not even talking about with sex. I didn't even talk about like showing people this is how you like treat them, like, or at least treat the men that, you know, treat you right. Do y'all ever treat them? Because I guarantee you, if a good man knows a good woman, I guarantee you, and he's treating her like a queen, I guarantee you, he's going to keep doing that. That's in his blood. When we tell you the truth, when a man finds a ride or die chick, he is going to go off the bat for him and all that other stuff. It's just one of those things. It's just human nature. I've had a lot of females that I'm cool with, and I try to do as much as I can to help them out. It was like a lot of these. If you look at some of my older skits, one of my homegirls, she was always like, I always tried to like help her out and all that stuff. She does my videos for me, and I always try to bring her out. Another girl, my homegirl, like she's a very great writer. I try to put her stuff out there. Sky Sutra, I think y'all seen some of their work. I put them in the beginning and the end of my videos at one point. Alright? I try to appreciate the black woman that is around me that's trying to do stuff. Any black woman that's going to get that career, I say go get that degree, boo-boo. Alright? I do, like, and when I see black men do it, I say, congratulations, brother. I'm glad to see a brother getting his college degree. We need to reward and praise the people that are doing good. We need to put these people in the forefront. It's like, these are the respectable figures in our community. And that's what it needs to start with. Praising the good, discarding the bad. And whoever can be saved can be saved. So, let me know what y'all think about that. I don't want this to go too far. I'm going to be trying to edit in a lot of this stuff. And right next to this, I'm going to do my Wale review. So, with that being said, the reset button is going to be prevalent. But we need to fix ourselves. If y'all got any other solutions, let's go with that. But until then, my name is Oskino Fly, and I'm out. Peace.
Fancy ass man wear glove with rings, flying around town in a tub of wings. Found out how to make love to fiends. He mixing that fudge with the drug of dreams. She too teenage to have a drug of choice, but she fuck with that Royce like she love Detroit. She rolled.
Pharaoh.
Aha!